probably getting a little tired of seeing Crystal Project all the time. But unfortunately, as mentioned, this is where the majority of our archipelago checks are. So this is what we're making work here. For anybody that has not seen these archipelago sessions before, which at this point it would be somewhat impressive for you to have not seen any of them by this point. But to explain how all this works, Archipelago is a big randomizer that connects all of the games that are in it together. In this case, we have Bomberman Hero, Spyro 3, Crystal Project, which you see on screen, and Kirby 64. There used to be Grim Dawn, but that's done. So that's all that's in here. Things that have happened since last time is I did almost all of the point checks for Bomberman Hero, which got us Summoner. How is now a Summoner? The main point to having Summoner, other than actually the summon magic abilities, which we have almost all of, we're only missing one, is we can do the checks where all of these challenges are for Summoners. I'm up here for a reason, but I'll take you visually over to where one of the summoner spots are. For example, the Niltzy summon right here. He kept telling us only summoners can do the challenge, so I'm assuming I can now go into these places and actually do these fights and get those checks. Now over here, we have something very specific that we need. If we scroll down a bit, you'll notice I have a hint check here at the Triple Chip Challenge. Remember that whole Luxury Pass debacle we had last time, where I couldn't get it to hint out where the Luxury Pass was? It's because I had the wrong phrasing. You'll see in the bottom right corner where the tracker is that I hinted a bunch for Progressive Luxury Pass. Turns out that's the phrasing for it, because there's 2 Luxury Passes. I only had enough points to hint for one. I hinted a bunch thinking I had points to hint for it more than once. I didn't, and I didn't read the text well enough to realize I was out of points in Crystal Project, which is impressive considering how many checks we've hit. But I also have hinted for a lot of things in Crystal Project. Point being, we need to get to the Sequoia Athenium over here, which I'm gonna hit this check here for this overpass chest because it's, I'm presuming, in the right area for it. And we'll figure things out from there. Whether I'm right or wrong or not, it'll at least be a check that we can theoretically grab. And since it's near something I need, I'm kind of just logically assuming that there may be more things that'll be useful to us in this vicinity. The hard part's going to be figuring out how to get up there. Because I don't want to try to go further to the right, because we kept dying over there last time. Because there's a nasty fight over by those blocks that just kept destroying me. So I'm just going to not toy with that. That just seems like a logical decision to make, you know? What's the deal over here? Oh, right, just a chest in there. Okay. Like I said, the big issue is going to be just getting to that area. And I have to assume it's something in this vicinity that gets us up there. By hook or by crook. Because it's an overpass area over there? And then it's underground? I'm assuming the overpass chest there is near, like, an entrance. Especially since it says the base of Summoner's Lookout. Which we don't see mentioned anywhere else. And it just seems fitting timing to go to a place called Summoner's Lookout after we got Summoner. But maybe over here is the key. Which means getting past... Oh wait, Sequoia Athenium, right there. Actually, I want to go back the other way then. So the danger place is where I need to be. It's a matter of figuring out... Oh, there's just a door here. Sequoia Athenium is missing literature, presumably stolen. Admittance is prohibited until the missing literature is recovered. This is what all the books were for! Okay, we're allowed in. Sweet. Also, before I forget, let me turn encounters on. Okay, we're in business. Apparently that lookout had nothing to do with that. The overpass thing had nothing to do with it, that is. You read books for me, which is all fine and well, but not what I need right now. Do I have the key for this? No, I do not. Okay, so we might still be... We might still be in trouble here. Unless there's more than one way to get into more parts of the Athenium. I seem to not have a way to go any higher in here. So I can't get those two chests, even though supposedly I can. Oh, then again, this is a movable block. How do I reset it? Like, I've clearly gotten it stuck already. Though, thinking about it, there's no paths where it wouldn't get stuck. Because it goes here, because of us kicking it in from entering the area. And then the only paths it could take would... No, it has to go this way. Which, thankfully, there is a way to reset it. And that would be to just warp away. Oh, no, it's still there. Hell, piss. Because clearly you push it over here, then you can push it up. Over... Yeah, that's how you're meant to get up here, is using the block. Okay, I need to figure out how to unstick it. Probably just a matter of warp somewhere else and then come back, so it'll reload. We'll just warp all the way over here for sake of simplicity's sake. And then hopefully the block will be back? Yes, it is. Okay. Oop. 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 And then presumably this allows me sufficient height to hop up here. Undead ring. That might be useful. And then some parkour looks to be in order to get to that. Probably going all the way around like this. Oh, there's also a button to reset the block up here, which is an interesting choice. So what does the undead ring do? Is it not an accessory? No, there it is. Just forgot what it looked like. Deal and take more physical... No, deal and take less physical damage, but healing is taken as damage instead. Interesting idea. Not something I will really be using. But it's an idea. Now, I'm assuming there's a reason I want to have pressed that button. Oh! It's because that isn't a key door, it's a switch door. Okay. Okay, we're in business. Ah, this is where all the ice puzzle keys go. So we were supposed to have been here a while ago, then. And this is how I get all of these. I can probably just cheese this. Maybe not, I can't get enough height. Boop, 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 boop. Job's a good one. Give me my prize. Meat for Kirby. Okay. I do only have 5 keys, so I should be a little careful about where I'm using them, probably. I know, only 5 keys, he says, but it could end up being an issue. This one's easy, just do that. And we're good. Fang Pendant. That might be useful. Okay, looks like the doors only go one way, so maybe I have enough keys? It's not looking like I'm gonna have much choice but to use, like, however many keys I end up using. Immune to poison. That's an idea. Okay, we are going downstairs. That's perfect. Yeah, it looks like I'm just gonna have to keep going door to door there. Okay, that's higher, which means I need to stack these blocks somehow, I presume. So how do I go about doing that? Maybe I only need one. But I think they're meant to be used to, like, backstop each other then if they aren't meant to be stacked. Question remains how I go about doing that. Ow! It's actually very simple. Do that. Do that. No it isn't. No, it isn't as simple as I thought. For some reason, I thought there was going to be room for me to push that up into this corner, then I was going to push the block here over, then up, and I'd be able to jump up to the corner here. That doesn't quite work that way, though. Well, start from the simple answer. What directions can these blocks go? This block cannot go left. If it goes left, it goes here and gets stuck. This block cannot go right. If it goes right, it goes into this notch here and gets stuck. If it goes down, it goes here and then gets stuck in either direction. Does not benefit this block either, because then this block just gets stuck next to it and does nothing. So it has to go up. It has to be there. The ultimate question at that point becomes, why? Why does that block need to be there? What does it do for us? The answer goes over here. And allows me to put this block here, this block there, go up, done. Except apparently this chest is open, so this must have been claimed already from, like, Grim Dawn retrieving its stuff or something. You've got a page that you could read for me. I might be able to cheese this one. This positioning looks good for cheesing something. Except I'm fumbling my inputs so badly today. No, not getting enough height. God damn it. Okay, so process of elimination we went through last time. This block can go left, and then it goes up here and gets stuck. It can also go down and get stuck. Go to the right, it has two options. Go up, won't be stuck yet, but has questionable usage. Down, it goes over here and gets stuck, goes over here and gets stuck. Useless. So really, its only meaningful path is either blocking up this corner, which might have a use, or going to the right and going to this position, which may or may not have a use. That's its two moves. That's the only moves it really has. This block can go up top, but has the same problem as the block on the left, where it goes to this corner and has questionable utility from there. If it goes to the right, it gets stuck. If it goes down, it has new options, but only sort of. As it goes down here, if it goes to the left, it has the same problems the left-hand block had. If it goes to the right, it can go down, which gets it stuck. It can go up, which isn't stuck at all, but only has stuck options afterwards. So it would need the other block's intervention to do something, theoretically. So I think this has to at least proceed to this point. Question becomes, where do we go from here? Process of elimination, this one has to move down here. But the follow-up is the question mark. Because if it goes left, it gets stuck, so it has to go right. And this little indent here is bugging me. I feel like it's a red herring that it's here. It's just a place for you to get stuck. But I just keep looking at it and going, does it do something? Is that there for a reason? We have to send this up here. Right? Oh, no, I see. There's multiple steps to this, actually. There's a catch to this idea. We send this one around. This one's an order of operations matters one. Is you do this now, and you push this one against that block. I saw the vision up until here, now I have a problem again. The vision was that I was gonna get this block. Oh, son of a whore. Why do these things have to be so touchy? I'm just trying to indicate something and it just decides, oh, you want to hit it across the galaxy? Okay. I'm just trying to explain a point here, game. You don't need to be so finicky. But yeah, the idea is we do everything I just did. Put all those blocks in place. The block above me can go down here, but that doesn't accomplish anything. One of the blocks needs to go up into this corner, was the theory, and then the one on the left would go into this corner, get bumped into it, and then pushed up. That doesn't work, though, because of the fact that would be stuck in that corner. So that can't be the option. That cannot be the answer. But I feel like we have to have gotten up to this step. This step, I think, is where I'm supposed to be. It's the follow-up that's the problem. And of course, we have a pile of pings coming out of a server again, because God forbid those happen before I start. Howdy, Natra. Just trying to figure out block puzzles, as usual. How you doing? Oh dear. The thing is, the logic of what I just did makes sense. Let's come back to this idea in a minute, because the one we need is the one in the next room here. So let's go get the one we need first, and then we'll worry beyond that afterwards. I think that's the smarter play. Let's do one step at a time here. Prioritize the things we know we need. Presumably this is why it's called the triple chip challenge, is because there's 3 blocks, whereas there was 2 before. So let's see. Process of elimination as usual. This one can go down, but when it goes down, it accomplishes nothing. So it has to go up here. It has no other options that do anything. If it goes left, it gets stuck here. Theoretically, could be beneficial still, because I then push this block up against it, and then I could move that block around. But its primary other option would be ending up where this block currently is, so that wouldn't help. So we can filter that idea out. But the only other move this makes from here is going against this wall, which goes down and is useless, goes up and probably is useless? There's no guarantee, but it seems like it would be useless. Ain't no way it's that simple. Ain't no way it's... Well, no, it might be. It might actually just be that stupid. Boop. Boop. Line those up like that. Boop. Boop. Huh. That's not the result I was expecting. Never mind, it's not that simple. You see, the idea was going to be that block that ended up on top of the other one was supposed to land here, which you then push over here, and that doesn't actually work anyway, so never mind. Neither of those things were going to work. But I might be able to bullshit this now, and you know what? Aren't we all here for a little bit of bullshit? Yeah. I just need to do the inputs correctly for this nonsense. Wait. How is that not landing? I feel like that should reach. How is that not enough height? I feel like I'm losing height right as I engage the flight. As you'll notice, I'm hitting about the same spot on the wall whether I use the goat or not, which is not how this normally works. So either there's a ceiling here that's messing with my move that I'm doing here, or something. Like I can push this block over here. Oh, actually, yeah. I did have it correct. And there we go. Luxury pass from yourself. So I now have what I needed. It was just that simple. Let's see what's behind this door now, too. The answer is even more ice puzzles. And there's even another one after this one. And I know I didn't go do the other one that I started already, but we'll come back to that in a minute. Okay, this one can end up... God damn you, game. This is why I hate these ice puzzles, is because the blocks are so touchy. I kind of wish more developers would implement you having to push a button to move the block, instead of just nudging it, sending it flying away. Because all it takes is just like a tiny little twitch, and you end up with a problem like this, where you now have to reset the whole puzzle. It can be so frustrating sometimes. This one goes like this, though. Except it doesn't. That doesn't work. My eyes were playing tricks on me. I thought this lined up over here, which it clearly doesn't. Can I? No, there's no way I can do a masterful nonsense jump here to make this work. I do feel like putting this block up where I did, though, is the only path it can take. Because that's what we do here, Lark. We specialize in foolery here. So, the problem is this block. What function does this block serve? The answer is going this way, I guess. This is the only place it can go where it doesn't just immediately get stuck. And I feel like order of operations-wise, this one has to be here. It goes here. The top bit's where that gets weird. Because if I put it here, it goes to dead end land. Which also doesn't help the other one, because even if I put both of them here, it would be dead-ended by this spot here, so that doesn't work. That's a dead end. Which alternatively means it has to go over here, but its only path from there is going up or down. Down doesn't help, because all that does is cause a log jam here, which doesn't help anything, or getting stuck in the corner, which doesn't help anything. So it has to go up, but the only benefit to going up would be is if I stack both of these blocks that are over here on the left of my current position up here to then catch this one, which doesn't help, is that would catch it way too far to the right. That doesn't work. I'm pretty confident there's a simpler solution than what I'm looking at here. In fact, I see it now. You go up. You go over here, then go up, and go here, here, and now we play catch. There you go. Job's a good one. Ta-da! Seeker's Garb. Now, the fun question, Natural, was that the same solution you saw, or did you see a different way to do the same thing? Oh, that's not even a locked door. So we can... Oh, because that was where I came from. You know what? That would make a lot of sense. Okay. I was curious to see if there was more than one solution that was spotted or not. Because I feel like these do have more than one answer. To be fair, a lot of these rely on slight nonsense logic. And I say nonsense logic not in the fact that the logic doesn't make sense, but it's more you don't have options really. There's only one correct route through most puzzles of this type. So you can throw most of the logic out and just start counting directions on each block. Like, for example, this one. As I discussed before, it has only 2 viable paths that it can take, where it goes anywhere other than just where it lands the first time. That's going to the left, which leads to that indentation in the books up there to the left, which gets stuck. So it's more than likely not useful, or down, which leads to going to the right and then going up, or going to the left and going up and getting stuck in the same place it had gotten stuck before. So its likely outcome is just to go like this, to go over into this corner, and then go up. Now, its only path from here, other than getting stuck in this corner, would be to go over here. Now, since its only other 2 paths will get it stuck again, we're just going to leave it there for the moment. And follow up on that thought after we move this one. And if I'm going too fast, I apologize. I'm trying to, like, zip through the logic here so we move along. And I think I've solved it. Push you up there. Push you there. There. There, and done. Literally, this was just here as a catcher, which is the logic I was assuming. The problem I'm realizing is there was actually a second way to solve this, I think. So I'm pretty confident I had found another way to end up shooting down this path here. But it doesn't matter because the puzzle's solved. Exactly, Lark. And that was all for a 1-up for Kirby, which didn't matter. So rip that, but we've cleaned out the Athenium, aside from all the way down here. Which, considering it's saying it's out of logic, I think I need another puzzle key to get down there. But let's go find out to make sure. So, speaking of PTSD, that sound definitely brings back some La Mulana memories that are positive and negative at the same time. And yeah, we need one more ice puzzle key in order to finish this area. So that's fine. This check is bugging me though, so I do want to get it if I can. I just gotta figure out how to get to it. Because I had built my entire logic around that spot when I was thinking this through to begin with. So to find out that it doesn't do anything bothers me. Yeah, that's the Archipelago way. I know for a fact I came in there just for one thing. I'm just sad that none of the other things in there mattered. Well, I shouldn't say none, because the Seeker's Garb might be useful. That's actually pretty good. That's better than the Shelter Dress for most things other than losing the armor up, and it does give extra loot drops. So that was worth going in there for, arguably. But let's go use that luxury pass, shall we? And find out what all we earned from getting that. Because we can finally get in the VIP shop. Yeah, that's right, I got a pass now. Okay, that's why there's a pass V2. The finest medium armor, otherwise known as a whole 2 things, neither of which are medium armor. Well done, randomizer, you got me again. Heavy armor. Oh, the monk class and our only other missing summon were both in here. Okay. Now, even if I don't end up using that job, it's very important that I got that. Because for those who have missed a lot of this, because most of you probably haven't seen too much of this, I need all 18 of those jobs down there at the bottom to unlock my final battle. I finally went and looked at what my goal actually needed. Because I knew my goal was to go fight Astley. I didn't know how to achieve that. Turns out I need all 18 jobs to unlock his throne room to go fight him. So I need to find the other 4 jobs. But having more jobs is good, because that means we have more options for some of my characters to undertake. So that will be good for us. So let's see, attack strength, bunch of buffs. Attack while unarmed is increased by strength. Ooh, it does have a revive that's based on AP, so that's nice. No. Class Mastery is thankfully not a check. It does give you a item you can go get, but that item is not a check. I checked 2 of the tickets for that before, and neither of them ended up meaning anything. I don't know if it was an option. It didn't look like it was. Ooh, another staff, which gives the healing slaps, so that's useful. Some Z potions are always good. Better dagger, or future better dagger when it upgrades. Yeah, you know, I see why it wasn't a high priority for me to get in here and why it was constantly not sending me in the direction to get the luxury shop, because it turns out most of this was garbage. The only good thing in here was the summon and the monk class. Oh, Archipelago, you've done me again. I need to go get the next pass now before that starts to really matter. Okay, even the gold dagger's not an upgrade, though, so that's a shame. Gold sword is technically better, but it's just flat attack. It doesn't have any bonuses, so probably not worth worrying about. Pretty much. Is it allows me to get another summon for my summoner, who we only just got. Ooh, that does blind, though. That's good. Blind is useful. This also means I believe I can go to every one of these locations where you would normally get these summons and get a check there, too. So that is big. The other nice thing is this removes another thing from the pool of potential things we could end up getting when we do a check. Because we've now accounted for more things. Go ahead and heal up to full so we have full mana. Which, look at the mana pool on that summoner. One of the passive... The starting passive for summoners is a mana pool increase, and they also equip books which have a lot of mana, so they just have mana for days. I used to think getting over 100 mana in this game was a lot. They're sitting at nearly 400. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's a bit of a difference. It's a little bit of a difference there. Okay, did I want to make anybody into a monk? You would be the one becoming a monk, probably, Cornelius, and you're kind of doing God's work as a ninja right now. You're also not the strength guy. You're the dexterity guy. Because of the paths you've been taking. Problem is... I don't think that works either way. Oh, actually, you know, the gold knife wouldn't be bad to replace the parry knife with. I would lose a bunch of evasion, but that would be a nice attack increase for you. Because that's a 90 attack flip. That is 42 evasion down, though, and 17 dexterity. I'll think about it. So from there, what do I do? Is that... Getting in there to get the luxury pass was the big play I had. So that not getting anywhere is a little bit of a problem. I want to get over here still. So let's try something. I feel like we tried this already, but I'm going to try it again. Oh, don't make it that way. I've been up there before onto that ledge, so I know it's doable. Yeah, just from here. Because we fought a ninja over here. That's why I didn't go further here. Okay. So when I flew off of here, I flew off the other way. So if I fly like this... Can I pull shenanigans? The answer is no, it's not high enough. It almost lands me up there, though. So if I Ibex jump, I think I can make that a thing. So bear with me while I do that again. This is just the way this game's archipelago goes sometimes when you're trying to make checks work. Is you do silly nonsense repeatedly, try to accomplish one simple thing. Probably not in the way that I need to do it at all. More than likely, there is a much smarter, easier way I could accomplish this exact thing that I'm trying to do here. And I dropped too far because I fumbled my inputs, so I'm going to stop bothering with doing that. Because the entire endeavor there is just me trying to get up higher in this area. There's almost certainly another way to do that. Oh, hang on. This is something. What the... Oh, this actually says where the books are for the Athenium. Interesting. I don't know if that's an archipelago thing or if that's just a thing that is in this game. Because there's a lot of archipelago-specific stuff that was built into this. Because bear in mind, Archipelago for this game is actually just a branch in Steam. Which I still find remarkable. How do I get up there? Because it's above me. You can see by the arrow next to the chest that that chest is higher up than I am. This one's just a solo. This is just a solo multi-world because this was the sub-goal y'all hit a few weeks back. Like now, actually, I think almost a month ago now. There will be another one with other streamers this coming month in June. And that's going to be a big one. But this one is just me, myself, and I. So this is all C checks, so that's not how you get there. And I'm 90% sure that the only way I'm getting higher up there is just figuring out a way to jump higher there. There is no, like, mount left that gets me any higher. Is the only other mount instrument left is presumably going to get me in the water. Because when I hinted mount instrument recently, it only gave me one hit. And having one major mount for each mode of transportation would make sense. The owl here being our flying mount, Ibex being for height, Kentaur just being our fast land mount, which is just the introduction to the mount system. And then whatever our swimming mount is. I could land up there, but I've been up there before. Maybe there's a way to go up inside the cave somewhere? I know it's not in this cave. There might be another cave that leads higher. game's kind of a puzzle game in a way, just for figuring out how to get places. Ooh, actually, I almost had the height there. I know there's not a ceiling in my way on this. Not quite good enough, though. Here, however, if I do that better... I said do it better... If I can get up there, I think that opens up what I'm trying to do through the rest of the way. I just need to do a better job of jumping, which apparently I'm just not doing today. There we go. If I go from here, I can just walk around to where I'm trying to go to, I think. Sort of. Okay, this is a little bit of a sticking point with the plan. And it just leads me back here anyway. I thought this was higher. It wasn't. Sad days are here again. I've just gone in a circle again. That's a problem. That right there is what's commonly referred to as a real big issue. These are all deep sea chests. We did most of the stuff in the slip slide zone. There are a couple things I didn't grab. Unfortunately, the output for slip slide is here. I was gonna say, like, maybe I'm meant to get spat out of the slip slide area and end up higher up, but no. As you'll see, slip glide ride exit right here. So that means this is where you're meant to be logically output from that zone down there. So that's not the answer. Just need to get a little bit higher up. That silly jump didn't work. I'm not so desperate to get that one check that I'm going to, like, look up how to get there just yet. If we hint out and find out that I need that specific spot, then that's one thing. But we're not there yet. Oh, I guess that's how you're supposed to get up here, huh? That makes a lot more sense suddenly. Perhaps there's a long roundabout way this is meant to take me. Now there's a building here, so this might be something. Hello. Oh, you are diamond armor. I didn't even think about the fact that there's diamond armor. Huh. Well, I've got lots of diamond stuff, so hey, how about you just make all of my gold stuff better? Please and thank you. That is just straight up an upgrade. And we had been riding on that gold robe for like half of this multi-world. So to upgrade that to a diamond robe now is really good. That also means there's a diamond weaponsmith out there somewhere. Okay, good. That works as expected. Almost feel like I'm meant to climb up on this lamp and go somewhere. I think that's me getting a little too ahead of myself there. We can, however, get on the roof. Easier going from the tree up, instead of doing the funny lamp jump. And getting up here definitely opens us up to some additional pathways. Because this is even higher than we were before. Now we're in the overpass. which is where I wanted to be. Just gonna take a hot minute to get over where I'm going. Northern stretch. Yeah, notice how it's filling in an area above where we mapped out before. This is why I was pretty confident I had to get over here. I've seen how this map is designed. I can see through their nonsense. Unfortunately, my target is yet higher. Oh boy, it's all the way up there. And this is too high for me to jump up to. Ooh, still. But the highest point near it is this, and I don't think that reaches. Even with an Ibex into Owl jump. You know, I may as well try. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. Can I ever get here? Maybe it loops around? Aha! The secret has revealed itself to me. The secret is tree. Once again. We're almost up there. I'm betting it now loops back this way. We go up this tree. And all of this will be for, hopefully, something? If this ends up being nothing as well, I don't know what to tell you. Hey, it's the other luxury pass. Let's go. They were both in the same area. I knew I was right to be suspicious of that check just being kind of out here by itself near where a bunch of good things were. And you're the Master Summoner. Which that'll just give you a ticket that will let your other summoners level faster if you decide to give multiple people the same class. But we now have both luxury passes. So back to town we go, back to the luxury shop. Unbelievable that that worked out that way. Let's go. Nothing useful there. Nothing useful there. We got another one of our lookout tokens, which is another check over in the desert. Okay, this is something. Another one of our undersea crabs, an artisan sword, the life jewel staff, which makes you receive 100% more healing, so that's interesting. And the raven cloak, which is an upgrade for our light armor. Agility in mind, interesting. That's something we do need. The Adak bomb. Because I think I understand why we couldn't finish Bomberman. I think despite how I have it set, it still had a requirement of getting X amount of Adak bombs, and we don't have enough of them. Adak bombs being a collectible in that game ordinarily. Unfortunately, we still don't have the luxury key, so we can't get to the other half, but that still was a lot of checks, all just from that shop, so I'm happy about that much. The downside being it wasn't quite what we needed. Wait. Oh, Capital Sequoia Blacksmith is now able to craft diamond armor, so I guess once you find the expert in a craft, the folks here can just do it. Yeah, that's why they have silver, gold, and everything. Okay. I wondered about that. It seemed like it was weird that there were duplicates. That makes sense. This way you don't have to go trekking out to the guy who knows how to do the thing. You can just have the one here do it. Which we could make the diamond crown, except we don't have enough money for that anymore. We're getting a little bit poor because of all of the crazy crafting we've been doing. And these guys are just the know-it-alls. Okay, so that was big. That was actually very, very big. Let's go over to the other corner of town and see about that summoner check that's here, and see if I'm actually correct in thinking that that's how that works. Is it still saying it's out of logic, and I'm kind of worried about that. No. Are you ready to face the deity of wind? Sure. This might just, like, destroy me, but may as well try. For a deity of wind, you're very tree-like. And all we have is Pinga, which is just a big heal as far as summons go, so we'll hold off on that for the moment. Go ahead and hit you with a Star Flare. He healed from that because both Tau and Alea are wearing Spell Lifesteal hats, for those wondering. Okay, your whole bit always was that you were debuffing things and then hitting with Coup de Grace, so go for Veracity first. You're gonna go ahead and activate Shrapnel Armor. Oh, you have Silencing! That's bad. Thankfully, Alea is immune to that because of the ribbon she's wearing, but Tau, the healer, is not immune to that. That's an issue. What are you doing next? You're doing magic. You don't have a magic down. That's going to be Cornelius's job to debuff then. Okay, now anytime Alea gets hit, she'll counter with 902 magic ice damage, which will be good. Burn the tree down. Oh wait, why is that fire? I don't remember what that means. We'll find out. Go ahead and maim their magic. And yeah, you can't do anything now, so just kind of hit it with the book till the silence wears off. Ow. That's a problem. How about you go ahead and not do any of those, just taunt that thing. Keep its attention on you. It's not holding debuffs for very long, so go ahead and just coup de grace now. This way you at least get some solid damage. We've done a good like 3,000 or 4,000 damage here, and it's still in white health, so that's a problem. For those who may not know how the health system of this works, if you haven't defeated something yet, it won't tell you how much health it has, but its health bar will change color depending on how much percentage health it has left. Like, see how Tau has pink health right now? That usually means under half, and then it'll turn red when they're really close to being gone. Yeah, you do have a healing move, but you don't have the AP to use it. Which is why being a Nomad's actually not the best for you to have. You do have Zap, which is just free damage, but stick to hitting it with your big spells. Oh, that was an AoE anyway. Well. Ow. So I see why that's considered out of logic now, and that is the Deity of Wind is a little too strong. And I see why it was really late in logic now that we gained the ability to even use Summoner at all. It's so that people don't go herring off into those fights and getting absolutely rolled. I do wonder, though, is the one back here as strong? Or is this going to be an easier one because it's in an earlier area? I have a sneaking suspicion based on it still saying it's out of logic that this is not going to end well. Well, let's find out. The Deity of Fire. Oh, you know, actually, I have a trick up my sleeve for this. We can make everybody immune to fire damage for 3 turns at a time. That includes Shaku themselves, but that's okay. If all they do is fire, they can't hurt me for 3 turns. And I can just cast that again. So this one might actually be one I can win. By hook or by crook, we will find a way. It does mean Flare's useless, but that's what we have Thunder for. And you're not using the Fire Sword right now, so you're fine. Now, this is assuming that Shaku doesn't have moves other than Fire. And that's the one risk here. is that they have moves that aren't fire. Also, the burn does still hurt. I forgot about that part. So there's a very real possibility this may still not work out in our favor, but it's worth a try. We are going to have a little bit of an issue because of the fact that Cornelius is going to run out of time being protected from fire before that attack comes out. And I don't know if it's single target or not, so Rachel will draw its aggro just in case. Yeah, because at the end of this turn, he loses his protection. So there's a very real possibility Cornelius just dies here. And I think I'm just gonna have to be okay with that. Yep, it's an AoE anyway. That's kind of what I've expected. Anyway, back on your feet, please. We are gonna have a different problem come up here in a moment because Alea's gonna run out of magic. But that too is something that's just gonna have to be acceptable. Oh, that's a different problem. Alea is about to be very, very, very much in danger. She's going to be suddenly vulnerable to fire in a few seconds here. So actually... Do I? Yeah, I have Shrapnel Stance up already, don't I? No, you don't. You do have Refresh, which is getting you mana back. Go ahead and Shrapnel Armor up. This way, if she survives getting blasted with this, she'll counter. So it'll at least be something. Just start zapping a little bit so you can get your mana back up a little. Oh, never mind. Retargeted. That's fine. Doing a physical attack. It may still count as a fire attack, so we're gonna go ahead and put Blackout back up anyway. Okay, Cornelius successfully weathered the fire. Go ahead and buff your resistance, Rachel. Oh, nope, that's just pure physical. Okay, that hurts. That's pain. That's organs on the floor. Don't have those anymore. This is why it's important that my healer is the summoner, because they have all the healing magic for days. Let's see. Go ahead and armor down it again. Okay, we've knocked it down to pink health. We're making progress. I'm immune to that. Now that we know how that works a little bit more, I am still very concerned. It's also... oh no, just was deciding what to do there, I guess. Just keep stacking armor breaks so it stays on. This also removes all debuffs, so go ahead and cast that. Oh, we're about to have a problem, though, I just realized. Rachel no longer has fire protection. Cornelius and Tower are the only ones with fire protection up right now. So this is about to be pain, misery, and woe for everybody involved. Oh, nope, just Rachel. That's fine. Though this does mean that Pinga cast is useless. Rachel was the only one really hurt. The idea there was to get rid of the debuffs and heal at the same time. I don't know what Starglow means, but I'm scared. Oh, I suppose I am scared because I don't know what Starglow means, actually. Go and hit a Bloody Slice, get lots of bleed in there. Let's see, they're casting a spell, so put Blackout back up again if you can. Nope, too late. Still important to have that refreshed on Tau. Unfortunately, that means nobody else is gonna have it when they get back up, though. Priority targets are Cornelius, and then Rachel, and then Alea. Because Alea is out of magic at this point, so Alea is the least valuable member of the party. For the moment. It's unfortunate to say that, because Alea is usually the best. But the best is only good when they have magic available. Reading the situation before I make this move. I don't know if that's an AoE, actually. So I think I'm actually gonna have you hold that a turn. No, there's no point in holding it. Start doing the cheaper revives so you don't burn all your magic. That'll be a better idea, actually. Build up your AP. It's down to red health. Okay, it was just a single target. Perfect. Get Alea back on her feet. Because right now, if we can just pressure it down quickly, we might actually just win this. The ads are coming up here in a second, though, so we might end up cliffhangering this by waiting till the ads are done. Yep, the ads are in play, so I'm gonna hold. I'm not gonna get up during this ad this time because I don't have anything I need to do right now. So while we're waiting for the ads, those that can hear me, there's a couple things I'm going to talk about right quick. Specifically, today's stream is going to be a little bit on the shorter side because we're doing 2 streams today. I was initially considering doing just one long stream, considering I have a collab at 8 tonight. But I thought about that more, and the realization that hit there was I would have to stream for 6 hours before we even got there to start at normal time. And then I'm probably going to be playing Granvir with the people I'll be playing with later for at least 3 hours. So that'd be an 11-hour stream. 9-hour stream, rather. Potentially 11 if it ends up going longer than that. And I thought about it, and I realized that wasn't a good idea. So what we're going to do is probably stream for like 4 or 5 hours. Go to either 6 or 7, and then we're going to cut the stream there. I go eat, do a couple things, get set up with the people I'll be playing with later, and then go into the second stream, basically. Because that made more sense to me to do that way than it was to just do the marathon today, with how things usually end up going for me these days. So I want to be able to give the people I'm playing with, you know, actually solid energy from me instead of destroying myself. There's also a new platform that I've jumped over to, Pillow Fort. I was given a invite code for it, so I exist over there now too, for anybody that is there and is interested. That is a thing. Not necessarily because of decisions Blue Sky's been making, but just kind of a bet hedge because I saw an opportunity. So I added that into the pool of things I can do now. We're almost out of ads now, so we'll be back to business here shortly. I just wanted to ramble about those couple things because those that are subscribed would be more likely to be interested in those pieces of information than just generally everybody. And of course, anybody that just has Turbo gets to hear it too. It just ends up working itself out that way. Okay, welcome back from the ads, everybody. As you can see, I did not end the fight without you, so in case this took a sudden turn against me, you get to see it. And in fact, it's looking likely that it's going to backfire, because I just realized Blackout's worn off on everybody. So this could actually just end up failing right here, right now. Yep. Oh, nope. Tau lived and then died. It's all up to Cornelius. That's a yikes. That's not a kill. And there's the death. If I had gone for Blackout on Tau's last turn, I think we would have won that. We got so close. I'm glad I waited till after the ads, though, so you guys got to see the death happen firsthand, because I do think it's more fun that way. Do I have anything that is good against fire damage? I know we had an issue with fire damage before. Not on anything of that type. Oh, there we go. 1% less fire damage. Yeah, that'll save the day. No, it won't. That absolutely will not do a damn thing. Now, the only thing that does more fire damage for you is too low. Yeah, and the hat's where the mana's coming from. Like, I do think if I just changed my strategy a little bit, we'd actually be able to make that work, but I don't know if I care enough to try that again right now. On the basis of I'm clearly not meant to be doing that if that ended up being the way that was. We only got that far with it because of the fact that we have the ability to be immune to fire for a few turns. It'd be a neat party trick, but I don't think it's worth pushing the extra effort there. Oh, the Crag Demon is apparently in logic now. I can actually beat that properly. So we might give that a swing. Because the Crag Demon Horn is also something we could turn in for somebody else. Parkour off the Diamond Smith beneath the dead tree. Oh, maybe that would have opened up all of this too then. Do I really want to go back there right now, though? Because there is one flaw in that I did not grab any kind of save points or anything up here because there wasn't any. So I have to do the climbing again if I'm going to do that. So there's probably a spot from Triton Shrine to get up there. It wouldn't be the worst. Apparently there's a check here that I don't have. Oh, it's because I had the ferry pass. I do have the Shodu Stew as well, so here, you can have that. And it was a gold ingot. That was not worth it. But we know now. We know what that check is, and that's another check out of the way. Can I get to this chest over here? Oh, I forgot how interesting a spot this was that I had stopped at. Oh, wait. Yeah, the ancient reservoir. We haven't done anything down here yet. So it doesn't look great. Okay, that was important. Addock Bomb. Oh, this is where you're supposed to get goat because of the fact that it had the enjoy your new hops message there. Yeah, this is built for goat. You fall down here, fight that, and get the goat summon flute then. Okay. I don't know how strong that boss is, so we're gonna nose around down here before I deal with that. Do a little bit of poking around. Okay. If I'm on my epic, nope. I was hoping maybe I could talk to them, like have the goat talk to them for me or something silly like that. Because this game is goofy enough that that would be a thing you could do. Answer is not quite, though. Not so much on that one. Well, let's see how bad this is then, shall we? Possessor and Petrified Mask. I'm gonna assume this is gonna have like a variety of masks then that it'll summon. What do you do first? Probably Starflare. Starflare the Possessor itself. I don't know if dealing with the masks is gonna matter, so I'm gonna focus on just attacking the Possessor. Thunder does 2,000, Flare does half that, so Thunder's the choice. Second verse, same as the first. Yep, it's just gonna summon things. That's kind of what I figured. So if we focus it down, it'll get better. Oh, I don't like that. Thankfully, Mend gets rid of that, so we're fine. And it's already down to pink health, so we've got this. I probably was supposed to have done this earlier. But since I don't know what I'm doing or where I'm going, I've done this in a very strange order. Oh, you have mass confusion. Great. It's almost dead, but I'm gonna struggle to hit it now because of the confusion. Except, we can do an AoE heal and cleanse. That should help. There we go, it's dead. Clear all of those problems off. They really want to possess Cornelius, which makes sense. He just trashed their boss, so... there's logic there. One mask down. And there we go. Victory achieved. Ooh, Plate of the Tiger. 100 health, 100 defense, 200 health. I don't think that's good anymore, but that's still nice. And we got some silver dust. And our goat victory Ibeck Bell was a Sour Pop candy. Well, see if there's something down here now. There's a green dot here that's bugging me. It doesn't seem like there's actually a thing. 1 point main reservoir chamber, ancient reservoir chest. So this is all still ancient reservoir, so there's paths somewhere. Unless maybe I have to go down into the water here, which I cannot do, because we still don't have the swimming mount. There may be like a hidden path around here somewhere. Now that we are meant to be able to climb around in here, I'll take a look around some more. I didn't want to get too ahead of myself. So it looks like this is just for getting back out. This is built to just be climbable by the goat. Yet another area of this game where there's no music, though. They do so well with the music, and then there's just all these little places where there's just nothing going on. But maybe there's a place above that I drop down into the rest of the reservoir or something. Hope I fucked up. Oh yeah, you clowns are here. Bring it on. We already whooped you once. You really want this smoke again? You're gonna be lucky in the fact that I burnt a lot of mana and didn't recharge it before jumping into this fight. But, considering their tank is almost dead from that, this is just over for them immediately. They're particularly lucky because you don't have enough magic to do an area attack. Just kill him. Go down the line. Ow, that still hurts a lot. Good for you, knowing a spell that stings. Go ahead and just fully heal the party so we can just carry on. There we go, Edgelord Wizard is dead. Yeah, that barrage thing is just what the Ranger special is. Hey, we should hook them down for their lunch money again. Anyway. That's what they get for starting to fight with me. They get shook down for their lunch money like they tried to shake me down. Yep. Assume this is gonna lead to that chest up there in some form or fashion. Or at the very least to something. Oh, there's a item here. Extra experience for Grim Dawn. That's why that wasn't marked as a check anymore, because that game is done. Well, I needed to know. And whenever you see an item on the screen and it's not on the minimap, that's why. It's because it's for Grim Dawn that completed its goal way early. Since its goal was just do Act 1. That's what I get for softballing that one for myself a little bit. Is things complete way out of order. Okay, this just leads back to the volcano. Does that matter to me at all? Actually, why don't I just do this? If I'm gonna go that way of thinking. Go to the top of the volcano. I will more than likely be able to just fly to this chest. Yep, there it is, right there. Ta-da! It was a diamond ingot for myself. Hooray. Having access to places definitely allows me to reach things that I would otherwise struggle to get at, I think. This whole area is just a big empty void of nothing. Aside from getting over there. So let's see if I can actually get there, I suppose. Just to clean up another check. This is technically part of the Poco Poco Desert, apparently. Means I can't see anything. Technically part of spawning meadows now. This is apparently gonna, like, go to a lot of different areas. Okay, we're back in Yamagawa, which we haven't been in forever. We grabbed a check by jumping off this mountain before. So if I'm ending up here, I may as well just go to the summit then. Because we can climb the walls here now. Which I presume will lead to some other things. It leads to overpass, which leads to this item over here. Fencer's Keep, I presume? Whee! Hi. See, there's your Fencer Seal. Once again, proving those aren't randomized. So apparently going to Fencer's Keep directly was a little bit overshooting. And secret recipe, otherwise known as completely pointless for us at this point. I might be able to get to those things from here? Maybe. I can get this one. Fire up for Bomberman, that's good. That makes Bomberman's bombs bigger. That helps. That is actually a good. Looks like I can't actually get up here from here, though. That's too high a jump even for the goat. Okay, we're just kind of doing cleanup at the moment. Yeah, here I have dog bones. Magic Finder. What does that... Oh, it's just a loot drop increaser. That would have been good a lot earlier, but not at this point, I don't think. Then again, I also could have turned that in so long ago. Let's go up to Delenn Peak and go beat up that boss, since we can do that at this point. So I think we were supposed to have fought this a while ago. Drink. Stole your fish. Oh. I also forgot to heal or get mana or anything, so I made this harder. I also wasn't expecting the leech backup dancers here. That's something. Go ahead and heal yourself. Make up for the fact that I made that mistake. So I suppose this does make this fight more interesting. 1,000 from Flare, 2,000 from Thunder. As far as I'm aware, the damage calculations for Thunder and for Flare are basically the same, so it's weird that Thunder keeps outperforming it. It also didn't do nearly as much as it said it was going to. I think we might be about to die, considering our healer is dead and bad things are happening. You're out of magic, basically. You can get a heal off. Or not. Don't you love when taunt just doesn't matter? Ow. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you make sure you prepared before you go rushing off into a boss fight. Because things like this will happen. Oh, something else I should note is I keep forgetting to really make much of a thing of it. But in the little carousel at the top of the chat, you probably saw the sub goal go by. This is the last live day for that sub goal to be reached for y'all to get the giveaways. Or giveaway, rather. Because it's currently only one giveaway here on Twitch and then one giveaway over on Blue Sky. And it would just be free art for those who end up winning it. For anybody who did not see it, it is just 10 subs away from making it work and 10 followers away from making it double. So if you're so inclined, those options are there for you. Now let's try this fight again at full strength, shall we? And actually put a real effort in this time. Okay, go ahead and start you off by working these meats down, actually, because they hurt a lot. Ooh, they've got a solid amount of health, too. That's upsetting. This fight's in logic, huh? You're convinced I can do this, eh, game? Which, do this and do it easily are admittedly two different things. There we go. One of them's down. The idea here is going to be just, like, removing their action economy of having 3 actions against our 4. Only you're hurt, Tao, so just go ahead and heal yourself, because you can also cast that way faster that way. Okay, that meat shouldn't be long for this world. Alea's dead, so just, you know, fix that. Okay, now it's 4-on-1. You don't have magic, but I'm just stacking debuffs on you. More debuffs, more coup de grace damage. Okay. He, I think, only hits one target, so just taunt him. If you're wondering why my fighter there is doing burning and bleed and everything, it's a bunch of passives and such I've stacked up, and I believe the sword is where the burning's coming from. So we just get a pile of free debuffs whenever Rachel hits something. Synergizes well with Cornelius, basically. Everybody's health's okay, so go ahead and hit him with a Starshine. Hit him with a Thunder. You just keep pissing him off. This way he'll hopefully not retarget from these two big hits that are coming out. Oh, you dodged the Hyper Slam. Let's go. Fortunately, all those debuffs wore off in time for Cornelius' turn, but that's okay. Now we start hitting him with the armor breaks. We're gonna have a little bit of time. Yeah, you're out of juice to keep doing the big blasts. Lowers resist instead, then. Just in time for the Star Flare. Okay, he's down to pink. We're getting there. Making progress. Lower his damage. Good timing. I don't know what he's doing, so just armor break him again. I thought I was going to need to taunt him, but it's a gear move, so he's doing some kind of buff or something like that. So I don't have to worry about that immediately. Another Water Blast. Oh, he's berserking. That seems bad. That seems very bad for us if he lives. And he did. Bye, Alea. This seems like a very good time for him to die. I say as he continues to resist that idea. There we go. See, with full everything, not nearly as much of a problem. And we got an Ogre Ball. Both of them. So you get a big strength bonus if you pair it with an Ogre Ball. We stole his balls. Just ripped him right off. Okay, with your 2 points, get Stalwart. So you sometimes just don't die, which is going to be very, very handy. Wouldn't give up Fury in favor of Stalwart. It's going to cause AP problems, but she has Grudge now, so she'll gain AP when she gets hit. So she shouldn't need the other one anymore. Now, which of these summons do I want? I could also just get 20% more MP, but I feel like getting a specific summon's a better idea. Reflect Magic, you say? And restore MP. Paralyze could also be fun. And to skip an enemy's turn, but I'm betting that doesn't work on bosses. Now, I'm feeling that idea of getting MP restored and reflecting magic. I just have to remember it only works on single target magic. I'm gonna have you hold and get Icicle Barrage, I think. Is that being affected by defense instead of resistance? Has some legs, I think. There's some sneaky tricks we can pull with that idea, I think. So that's another boss cleaned up and another check grabbed. I might be able to fly over and grab that from here. This feels like a high enough point that I might be able to reach something. So that's basically what I'm doing right now, is just clean up. There There it is. That was bomb for Kirby. That's actually good. That's one of the few powers we're missing in Kirby as far as base powers go. And I'm pretty confident I could have gotten that like 100 other ways. But we got it by flying. Any other like odds and ends checks to clean up? There's a ton of stuff still here, but we don't have enough elevator parts to go up to the Sky Arena. Still Kintar Reserve stuff that I could go get. The big problem is I don't know how much I could actually accomplish in the other games at the moment. I know I have Bentley's Outpost in Spyro 3, but I know I'm missing a stage in Spyro 3 to be able to go to the world after that, and I don't have... Oh, I obviously don't have that stage, and I don't have an idea where that stage is. And I'd hint for it, but I don't actually know what stage it is, either. I would have to go look at a list. There's all of this over here. There's Guava. Let's go back over here and have a look at this, because I presume I get to all of that stuff from around here. This was like a whole mini game, by the way, in this area where you're riding a fish, and you have to race other fish across all these river sections here. It was a whole thing. It was kind of fun, but also a little janky. We did not succeed either, so I really should go do it again at some point. Oh yeah, I just straight up just didn't go over here. Very good. More checks for me. That's the thing with this game, is there's so much that I've just been spending the whole time mildly overwhelmed with choices. So I'm missing a lot of basic checks, it seems, because of the fact that I don't know where I'm going and I'm just kind of scattered to the four winds. There's something I should note as well for anybody who might not have been here for prior sessions. I've not beaten any of the games that are being played for this. That was part of the condition for the sub goal, was that this entire archipelago would be blind. I've obviously played the games before, just never finished them. So I figured that would make it interesting. And it has, for the most part, worked out. Just occasionally it gets a little much. Okay, this is just all water out here, huh? This is kind of cool, though. Just a bunch of spires in the air here. So that's nifty. We haven't hit the water yet, so that's good. Just flying out in the void. Just me and my owl flying through the air. These are deep sea checks. Yep, I'm in open sea. Wow, look at that thing go. It's leaving. It wanted nothing to do with me. So that was fun. There we go. That's how I wanted to do that. Just bounce our way up here. Is that how it's intended to work? Who knows, but it worked for me. Where there's a will, there's a way. And where there's a way, there's usually nonsense. Ether pouch for ourselves, which lets us carry more of those ether healing items. Those are mana restores, as usual. Roll for an ether. Oh, there's a man. Hello. Oh, you're the Master Nomad. I have not mastered Nomad yet, so you don't like me. He is, in fact, disappointed by me. Tonic pouch. That's gonna need swimming to get into over there. But this appears to be another shrine. At the very least, some manner of very big building. God damn. Look at this thing. This is actually nifty. Oh, I can actually land in here? River Cat's ego. What? What? Oh, crystal. This is out of logic, apparently, but you know what? I'm touching it. These would ordinarily give me a new job, but since it's all randomized, it's gonna give me Attic Bomb for Bomberman. You know what? That works. Also, apparently I needed to appease the quiz here. Attached to the mouth of the structure? I think 6. Are there any salmon around? I think it was 14? You're not actually a catfish. I think you're another salmon. River Cat's ego is not satisfied. That's fine. Is the River Cat's ego itself is not a check? I think you're not meant to have the owl when you come here. So ordinarily you'd have to satisfy him to be able to cross this gap. I just flew across it and just said nah to his quiz. I would say oopsie, but at the same time, I'm fine with that. Ah! I think every time it said that it finds my answer interesting, I think I was wrong. By the by. Oh, those are spikes. Well, guess we're climbing back up again. Because we didn't find a checkpoint up there anywhere. It's the classic, oh, you think that's the answer, huh? Thankfully, there are many ways to get places. This is, however, not one of them. There's this down here, too, I guess. Though this, I think, is another one of the rare Kintars who just are going to trash me if I fight him. I say fully tempted to fight him anyway, but acknowledging that I will likely lose. But I need to go back up anyway, unless I want to go all the way down the road. Go over here. We have crossed over this before. We flew over it and bounced across a bunch of stuff. Actually, maybe this is recoverable. No, not particularly. I should have just fought the Kintar. My curiosity about the pathing was too strong. Oh, maybe I can get to that? Maybe. There's so much empty terrain in some parts of this game. Kinda silly. Oh, yep, there's the check down there. Ooh. The Ganymede stone. I think I've been to Ganymede already, though. Or was that one I looked at and couldn't get... Oh, it gets me up here, though. Okay, hang on. That's a concept. Because I need... There was a check involving getting up here. Drop down from the top. I missed it, though, on the way down. Because I didn't understand what the assignment was going to be there. Just a tonic. Okay, that wasn't particularly worth it. But it gives me ideas. Apologies for a lot of warping, but that's just what we gotta do right now. this a part of up here that I wasn't able to reach before? I don't think so. I think this was one I was able to get to previously. Oh, there's a checkpoint up here, though. Oh, wait, I'm in the Sky Arena. I think I might have broke into the Sky Arena by doing this. Aha! Who needs elevator parts when you can just fly? Yep. Oh, it's only one? Go get him, Cornelius. You got this. Squire. Yeah, there's a bunch of checks for X amount of wins in here and things like that. I figure Cornelius will be a good one to send in here because he's reasonably sustaining. Because he just runs on AP. He doesn't need to worry about running out of magic. And he dodges most attacks. So, physical attackers aren't going to be much of a threat to him. Rogue Knight. This might be the first one that's actually kind of scary, so let's harm power him. That's the other thing, is Cornelius is very fast. So he's getting a pile of turns before these guys even get a move. You're a big one, huh? Let's cut you down to size. You missed. Got some kind of stance change that you're going to try to do, but you're dead already. Mage Knight. That's actually going to be dangerous. How about we harm your magic so you don't obliterate me with whatever spell you're going to do? Oh, never mind. That's what you're doing. You're going to buff your attacks with magic. Ow. Okay, that didn't hurt as badly as it could have. I was scared potentially for not as much. Missed. Let's go. That got closer to losing. It's the Jester. Oh, you keep your health because it's a gauntlet. Yeah, that makes sense. I should have given him lifesteal. He's asleep. Now the Jester's gonna just do a bunch of things. Thankfully, you can apparently dodge while you're asleep, so just keep doing that. It's got damn spider sense going on here. Nice. Level up. This seems concerning. Oh, you have counter. That's also concerning. And you landed Harvester. Well, never mind. So does that count for me getting those wins that I did get, though? Let's see if I got the 3-win reward. Or if I needed to have bailed out successfully. Oh, I got the 5-win one, so yes. That counts. Looter's Ring. Valkyrie. Sonic. I knew these were going to be important, because there were so many checks in here. Nan's Cocoa. Silver Ore. Diamond Dust. Let's go see what the 3 reward room has for us, then. That's 2 battles. Is this 1 or 3, then? Yep, I am good for both of those. Oh, this is just a crystal. Okay. What does Valkyrie have? Once per battle, automatically revive with 25% HP when killed. Use spears and heavy armor. Yeah, that makes sense. And what are the moves they get? His Aegis might get put away in favor of Valkyrie, depending on what this is. Generate threat to cause all enemies to target you. That's very good. Got a multi-target healing and regen move. auto revive that you can have outside of being a Valkyrie. Immunity to dot damage, that's very good. Generate double threat. Yep, nope, Rachel, you're becoming a Valkyrie immediately. That is just better than Aegis for you, by far. Not to mention better for the party. And we can finally start putting these spears to use that we've been piling up, though your sword is definitely better than the best spear we have, apparently. So that's kind of a shame. Ooh, Bloodbind loses you 300 hit points, but does a lot of damage and has 50% lifesteal, so put that on. I did grab Equip Shield. Go ahead and give up Adrenaline for Equip Shield so you can keep a shield. It does feel kind of wrong to have a setup like this for you, rather than using the spear that you're supposed to be using, but... I mean, you do use sword and spear, so no, that's fine. It'd give you even more lifesteal with the Blood Shield. Nah, stick to the Dueling Shield. Oh, right! The Bloodbind's a two-handed sword, though. So no, just stick to two-handed sword, then. It showed the exclamation point there, so I thought that was a viable slot. It was lying to me. Curse you, video game, telling me lies! Ah! Before I do anything else, though, let's see what's in this room, because there might be another class in here, and it'd be very funny if there was. Versus Nadia for Bomberdrack. Okay, so that's a boss fight for Bomberman. Scroll and a Aether. Silver ore. And some nuts. Okay, this one was useless. That's nothing but a shame. Across the reservoir we still didn't achieve. I'm gonna go back up to the Sky Arena, though. And we're gonna do a smart thing here. Instead of using the Nomad thing, you can't be healed during the Battle Gauntlet, so take the Undead Ring. He'll deal extra damage and take less damage. And unless an enemy recognizes that he's undead and uses healing magic on him, there should be no downside to this. Oh, actually, no. No, considering the other half of what I'm thinking of doing, that's actually a really bad idea. No. Considering the other part of the plan is to give him lifesteal, I'm pretty sure he would lifesteal himself to death. So that would not work, actually. So just take the Hemo Ring. So the Undead Ring idea is a thought, too. I'm just figuring if he's got a little bit of lifesteal, he can keep himself healed and do a better job of getting through that whole bit. In fact, I think I want to borrow Rachel's Hemo Ring for a moment here and have him double up on those for more lifesteal. It's going to lower his damage a bit, but he now has 30% lifesteal if they stack directly. If not, still a solid amount, so he becomes more self-sustaining. Let's see how he does this time. If he fails again, I'll send somebody else in, potentially. And does his AP carry over? It doesn't. Okay. Because that would have been a fun trick as well, as to have just piles of AP building up, and then use that for the later fights. But I can clearly just kind of mash my way to victory through a lot of these. Because they're not really much of a threat to Cornelius. About the only other thing I could do to make this go better for him would be to go get him the gold knife. Or get him, like, any other better knife. Goodbye. Knowing what we know about the Magic Knight, we also have an advantage we can get there, too. Like, just the scouting information we got on the first 5 fights really is going to make quite the difference for us. Just purely because we know how much health they're gonna have. It's not exciting doing this way, but this is the way we're doing it. You are the problem. Open with Bloody Slice since you don't actually use your attack spells immediately. Then we go into Harm Magic. And then we'll coup de grace for the win. Except I don't have the AP for it, so never mind. Just die. We got most of our health back, which is the important thing. Now the Jester. The Jester's another one that was an issue. Now that we know that he is just gonna put us to sleep, probably. We just have to hope for the best. And I could have given him the ribbon to make him immune to being put to sleep. But I'm not that scared of this because of the lifesteal we have. We can also just kind of, you know, crush him like that. And then he just steals a bit of MP, which is not a big issue. And then he dies. We come out of that with 600 health, which is workable. Because we should last long enough against the demon now to be better off. Not if you miss. You can sustain a Harvester, which is the important part. Oh, you have Bloodsuck. That's really bad. That's the thing I'm doing. You're not supposed to do the same thing I'm doing. It's only cute when I do it. Oh, he landed the counter. That could be bad. You lived the Harvester, though, so there's still hope. Go for the kill. Let's go! We only barely made it through that, but we made it. Singu Bean. Okay. I'm scared of you. You're new and different, and I don't like that. You missed, so that's okay. Ow, you hurt a lot. And you have blind. That's the kind of thing I was afraid of. I tell you what. You want to play like that? I'll play like that. You can't hit me. Nah, 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 nah. Mutually assured time wasting. Gotta make yourself resist magic as well. Okay, now you've got an opening to start counterattacking. And he's dead. Sweet. I'm so glad I thought to just activate Turbo Dodge. Blade Master, huh? You're doing something that isn't attacking immediately, so how about we just start setting up? Get some health back. Oh, Painful Gaze, huh? That hurt. That's upsetting. You double attacked there. That's rude. Killing yourself. That gets me back to basically full. Ow. Problem is, he's just an issue across the board here. I wonder if that counts as magic. Nope. I threw. I needed to know. I needed to test that. Unfortunately, that is not in fact magic. I figured it wasn't because it wasn't shown with that icon, but I needed to check that. Okay, I qualified to enter that one. How many is this one? 8. I did qualify for 8. Another Addock Bomb, which we need, potentially. Another Addock Bomb. And... Z Potion. They were just stocking a bunch of bombs in this place. Dragon Mail. And this one's 10 wins. I think we had 9. Either that or we had just barely gotten the 8. Still, that's a lot of checks we just cleaned up. Ooh, all attributes plus 5. Okay. That is a solid defense increase. Gives some resist, generates more threat. You are going to lose another 300 HP, which could be an issue, though. Also, I just realized Plate of the Tiger is literally just inferior to Plate of the Lion. Rip. Yeah, go ahead and try out the Dragon Mail with the stat boost and everything. It may mean that we need to get rid of Bloodbind. We'll find out. Because that health down is a little bit of an issue. We're 3 jobs away from beating in Crystal Project now, so that was a big jump for us. I said the word now a lot, and I can only apologize for that. Oh yeah, we have the prize counter as well. And yeah, it was 8. That was a lot of things that just happened. Extra experience for Grim Dawn, which is useless. Gold Heart for Bomberman, which is also kind of useless. Diamond Ore. Nan's Cocoa. And that's it. So the prize counter was not important in any way, shape, or form. But again, it was yet more checks. These are all in the underground segment, I'm pretty sure. Still, I'm just happy that there's not like a billion checks just sitting here in Shodu anymore. It was driving me crazy that there was just a pile of them in this area that I didn't grab. Now that we're about 2 hours in, I'm probably going to swap to something else just so y'all get to see a different game for a bit. I'm thinking we go Spyro to see what's in Bentley's Outpost, see if we can open anything up from that. And then it might be we go Bomberman Hero. Kirby, I think, is just destined to be stuck still. I think Kirby has the same problem that Bomberman does, where the settings did not go the way I thought they did, and I have to hit like X amount of crystal shards or something to be able to access the final level without that having been my intention. And I don't think I have enough of them since we still couldn't see the final level and we didn't get any shards today. So there might be some value to hinting for that. Also, let's Ganymede Stone again and see if we can do something clever. Is where I wanted to go? No, this is not where I wanted to go. Gonna have to do that again, but we'll fly around a bit and see if I find anywhere else. Nope, this is all territory we've been to before. Which one was it that I was trying to land on? It's this. Reservoir above water. Still under me, still under me. Okay, no, that's just underneath somewhere. We're at its height there, but I don't believe that. Oh, or it's just over here. Hmm. Don't get enough height. Oh, there's just another check across the way here too, though. Decent card. Scale helm. That, I think, is out of date. This is where a bunch of our missing checks in here were, apparently. Just in this room that I didn't notice the door for. That was not planned. I just want you all to know that that was not planned. In any way, shape, or form, that we just find a crystal shard after I said that Kirby needs them. Please, I wish I could plan things that well. Milk. How am I finding all these rooms now? Answer, because I was always so goddamn confused when I was walking around this place. Because usually we'd get to looking around here by the time my brain was already kind of cooked. So I would just start ambling in circles and not understanding where I need to be going. I think. Now those other two, though, they're still a mystery. So they're not in this room. Let's go look behind... Yeah, it's all Assassin's Lounge. And since the one on the far right is Assassin's Lounge itself, I feel like I need to get to that one first. And then that one will give me access to the rest of them. That all leads to there. Like, I can see the room, it's right there. Where's the entrance to it? Them assassins in their hidden room. Got them hidden clubhouse. I can't even see that much of the room either. I feel like I've looked around from the roof before and didn't get enlightened particularly either. There's a ceiling here. Sure it's just not like a hole in the floor. I thought it was something relating to here before, but this is just like a little vent that goes nowhere, which is exactly why I was suspicious of it before. But we got ads coming up, and I'm gonna get up for a moment during this ad, and then we'll probably see about switching. So I'll be back in just a moment, and then we'll make more progress, haha. Highly recommend y'all get up and do whatever you need to do as well. Okay, welcome back from the ads, everybody. I think I am, in fact, slightly late on that one.